The results email lands at 8:02 and your thumb hovers over it, like it's wired to the mains. You open it. You did it! The grades are there, sitting in a row, exactly the ones you were told to get. Downstairs, your mum is already on the phone to your nan. Your group chat detonates. For about 4 hours, you are the most employable person you will ever be. And nobody has told you that yet. Because you were sold a formula. Work hard, get the grades, and the door opens. Your sister did it in 2019 and had 3 interviews by Christmas. Your teachers said it the way people say things they actually believe, which somehow makes it land harder later. And the formula was true. That's the part that stings. It wasn't a scam. It just quietly expired, and nobody sent you the notice. You start applying in September, still optimistic in a way you will later find slightly embarrassing. By November, there's a spreadsheet on your laptop. 41 rows. 9 of them are marked with a red X. The other 32 are just blank, because nobody replied at all. You scroll down the empty column at 11:30 at night and understand that silence has become a form of answer. Here is the number nobody said out loud on results day. Across the UK, 1 in 6 people your age looking for work can't find it. Youth unemployment sits at 16.4%, the highest in 11 years, up from 14.2% the year before. That's not a slow slide. That's 2 points in 12 months, which in labour market terms is the sound of a floor giving way. But you don't live in the average. You live in London. In London, it's 24.9%. 1 in 4. You have a cousin in Belfast, where it's 6.5%, and he is not smarter than you, or harder working, or better in a room. He just lives somewhere else. You learn this standing on a Northern Line platform at 7:30 in the morning, on your way to an unpaid trial shift, reading it off your phone with one earbud in. The city was supposed to be the opportunity. That was the entire pitch. Which is exactly why it isn't. Every graduate, every school leaver, every ambitious 18-year-old from every county in England arrives in the same square mile and applies for the same jobs. You are not competing with your year group. You are competing with the whole country's year group. Plus everyone laid off last spring. You get your first real job in February. Retail, 30 hours. You are so relieved you nearly cry on the bus. And then you find the second trap, the one nobody warns you about because everyone is still stuck on the first. Getting the job is not the finish line. Wages across the private sector are growing at 2.9% a year, the slowest in more than 5 years. Your landlord's letter says 6. The letter is 1 page, badly formatted, and ends with a smiley face. You read it twice at the kitchen table, still in your work polo, and do the arithmetic on the back of the envelope it came in. You are working full-time and getting poorer. Your granddad would find that sentence insane. Everyone you know finds it completely normal. Meanwhile, the door behind you is closing. There were 712,000 vacancies in the country last quarter, 18,000 fewer than the year before. Every month, slightly fewer chairs. There's no headline the day the vacancies drop. The music just gets quieter. Until you notice you've been standing up a while. Which is roughly when you start blaming yourself. You rewrite your CV for the 9th time. You watch a video about interview body language and practice a handshake in the bathroom mirror at 2 in the morning, alone, sober, wondering seriously whether the problem is your personality. You will want to reach back through and shake yourself gently by the shoulders for that one. Because here is what's actually happening, and it has almost nothing to do with you. Want to see what's on the other side? Stick around and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more. There are still 3.8 million young people in work in this country, almost exactly the same as last year. The jobs didn't vanish, they stopped opening. Nobody's being sacked in droves, they're staying put because they're frightened too, and every year a fresh cohort of 18-year-olds arrives at a door that's already occupied. You are not losing a race, you are queuing. Payrolled employment fell by 85,000 over the year. Employers stop hiring long before they start firing. And the first people to feel it are the ones who don't have a job yet. You are the shock absorber for an economy that isn't sure about itself. It isn't a law of nature either. In Japan, youth unemployment is 4.0%. Not 4 points better, 4% total. Same technology, same automation, same global economy. Wildly different result. So whatever this is, it isn't inevitable. And it isn't a generational character flaw, whatever the columnists say. It has also been worse. November 2011, it hit 22.5%. The people who lived through that are in their 30s now, running teams, buying flats, complaining about interest rates. They got out later than they wanted to, but they got out. That is the first genuinely useful thing anyone has told you in a year. So you stop optimizing for the wrong thing. In March, your manager asks who wants to do the alarm codes and the Sunday cash-up. It means unlocking the shop at 6 in the morning and being the person responsible if the till is wrong. Nobody wants it. You put your hand up. 8 months later, there is a line on your CV that says you were trusted with money and keys at 19. And that reads better on paper than another 6 months of waiting on a graduate program with 4,000 applicants for 11 places. Tuesday and Thursday evenings, you take a course at the college on Tottenham Court Road. Warehouse systems, stock control, inventory software. It is deeply unsexy. Your mates make a joke about it in the group chat, and you let them. It makes you employable in a specific way instead of an aspirational one. And specific is the one that gets replies. In May, you open the job site and change one setting. The search radius, from 5 miles to 30. Reading appears. Brighton appears. Places with fewer people chasing each vacancy. And rent that doesn't eat 60% of your wage. You had been paying for a postcode with both your money and your odds, and you'd never once seen it written down, until you moved a slider. And in June, you buy a coffee for your mate's older brother, who works in logistics, and ask him what his company actually looks for. It feels grubby and transactional for about 11 minutes. Then he says they hire almost nobody through the adverts, and you understand why everyone does this. 22 months after results day, you're standing in a lift at 8 in the morning, holding a lanyard with your own face on it. Operations coordinator. 27,000 a year. You could not have explained this job to yourself at 18, and you still can't fully explain it to your nan now. It is not the plan. The plan died somewhere around month 14, and you buried it without much ceremony. You are also, by any honest measure, further ahead than the version of you who walked straight into the graduate program and has never once had to improvise. That's the trade. You lost 2 years of the smooth path you thought you would walk. What you got instead was the knowledge that the system does not owe you an outcome, delivered early enough to still be useful. Most people learn that at 34, during a redundancy with a mortgage. But you know something now that you didn't at 8:02 on results morning, staring at a row of grades that felt like a receipt for something you'd already bought. The grades were never the transaction. They were the ticket to the queue. And the only people who get through it are the ones who work out, faster than everyone standing beside them, that the queue is not the same thing as the door.